What's going on, everybody? It's Cal Crypto. Sorry I've been gone for a while. Welcome back to the channel. I was actually snowboarding up in Keystone. I am a Colorado native, in case you guys are wondering where I'm from, with my family, and it was a great time. But now I'm back to give you guys some really exciting news today. We're going to be diving into some Bitcoin and Ethereum technical analysis, and we're going to be diving into some news on Ethereum and Bitcoin that I think is really, really exciting, guys. So let's just start out with the Bitcoin price. As you can see here, there is a box of resistance right now that Bitcoin is struggling to break. So we are looking at the 4-hour chart. Each one of these candles is 4 hours. You can see that Bitcoin, ever since it broke below this line of support, it's been sitting in a falling wedge, which is usually a bullish pattern, guys. This means that the breakout is most likely going to happen to the upside, and that's what we got right here. This was a great position to buy, although people were looking at the $40,000 level. At this point, guys, it's looking like it's getting slimmer and slimmer from happening, which is a good thing, but unfortunate if you were waiting to buy that dip. But don't lose hope. It's still possible because, as you can see, Bitcoin got above these moving averages that it's traditionally used as support, and now it's just struggling to break through our box of resistance. So it's been kind of channeling in here, and we'll see if it consolidates, a little bit longer. But the longer it consolidates and coils up, the more likely the explosive price action will be to the top. So we're looking out for that. If it breaks this box of consolidation and falls to these two moving averages, then we could definitely see it go down to possibly that $40,000 level before getting a bounce and going higher. So that's really it for Bitcoin in the short term. Nothing too exciting unless it breaks this resistance, guys. Then there's not a lot of resistance from this point onward. So we could easily be seeing new all-time highs within the next week. It wouldn't surprise me at all, especially with a lot of the things and the news we're going to talk about today. Let's run through Ethereum real quick. So we have some really interesting stuff for Ethereum. Ethereum, broke its 50-day moving average, and then it was a bloodbath. I mean, it fell all the way down to 1295, and it bottomed out, and it got above this this key level of 1425, kept rising, broke its 21-day moving average, broke its 50-day moving average. We got the golden cross where this moving average comes over and threads the needle on the 50-day. And ever since then, guys, you can see these moving averages almost just look parabolic. So Ethereum's broken these two levels, and the momentum for Ethereum, I do not believe, is slowing down. And this leads us into our next topic, the Ethereum Improvement Proposal 1559. This is huge. If you are an Ethereum holder, you should be extremely excited. This for Ethereum is probably the biggest thing that has happened in its entire lifespan. And if you guys aren't familiar with what this proposal is, so Vitalik went to the community and he proposed, a cap on Ethereum, because technically it's an infinite supply. It's issued in a responsible way, but it is infinite technically. There's no cap on Ethereum, which a lot of cryptocurrency holders don't like. It's like the Dogecoin argument. So the EIP 1559 is basically saying that right now, Ethereum miners, right? You have the ecosystem, they're all over the place. Ethereum miners are processing transactions for the people who pay the most. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like a bouncer at a club, like, hey man, slip me a 50 and I'll let you in. It's kind of the same deal, which isn't great for everyone using the network, which is a lot of the reason why you hear Cardano's Ethereum killer, Polkadot's an Ethereum killer. There's going to be lower fees. And guys, if it continues this way, then yeah, it's not looking great for Ethereum, but this is huge. The entire community is essentially saying, yo, like, we're sick of paying the miners so much money just to transfer back and forth funds. If you use Uniswap, you know how costly it is. The gas fees are extremely high. I mean, I'm talking, you swap $500 and it costs you almost $100. It's insane. So that is congestion on the network, and it's miners prioritizing this guy over this guy because he has more of a transaction, and this miner can make more money by processing his transaction. That's going away. And they're not excited about it because it was so lucrative for them. They were getting so much money just transferring funds on the Ethereum ecosystem, and it wasn't fair. So this is supposed to go down in July. Obviously, the price has reflected the news, and we are seeing this massive excitement, euphoria around Ethereum and what it could be. And what this proposal is basically what we just talked about. A miner processes the transaction from A to B, but now the algorithm will now burn the gas fee. So if this was in effect last month, I think there would have been like $6.7 million worth of Ethereum burned alone. So this is going to basically make the transactions faster, make the fees way, way, way lower, and it's going to reduce the supply of Ethereum. So this is huge, guys. If you hold Ethereum, I would be extremely excited. It is going to be insane. As you can see, total mining revenue surpassed a record 1.3 billion in February. That's ridiculous, guys. They don't need to get paid that much. 50% coming from fees alone. Like, that's not how this should be. Crypto's supposed to be fast. It's supposed to be cheap. It's not supposed to be, I'm a miner and I'm going to gouge you just to send your crypto around. So honestly, guys, don't feel bad for the miners. They make plenty of money as it is, and they're just angry because their revenue is about to get cut in half. But it's going to be great for the ecosystem. It's going to be great for Ethereum, and it's going to be great for the people who hold, this coin. So it's going to fix the fees and the fees. I mean, that's the problem with Ethereum right now: scalability, speed, and fees. So that being said, for Ethereum, super exciting, guys. Hope you're excited as I am. Let's jump into the next piece of news for Bitcoin. So, guys, this was really interesting. JP Morgan actually had a leaked document to its private clients on crypto. So it sent this article out to all their clients that kind of briefed them on cryptocurrency. And these individuals had extremely high net worths. I mean, it said, this report, which was produced in February of 2021, it was obtained by CoinDesk on Friday, has been distributed to clients of JP Morgan's private bank, which requires a minimum balance of $10 million to open an account. So this newsletter, if you held $10 million in that account, was going to you because they want to let you know, hey, this is something you should be looking at. Hey, this is what everyone else is doing. So it always goes that way, guys. I mean, the rich obviously are well connected. They know things that other people don't know, and they get special treatments. So they kind of sent them this report that broke down three things. Talking about Metcalfe's law, which, if you're not familiar, is like the network effect. It basically talks about how one telephone by itself is worthless and 10 million telephones are worth exponentially more because there are 10 million connections. So it's kind of the same thing with Bitcoin and the network effect. And they're saying that if Bitcoin's value based on Metcalfe's law alone would be 21,600, they're saying if you applied the current value of gold, which is like sitting around $9 to $10 trillion in market cap, to Bitcoin's max supply of 21 million, which there are really about 4 million less than that, it would be valued at $540,000. Guys, Bitcoin will eat gold's market cap in the next 5 years. Guaranteed, not financial advice, my opinion alone, but with the facts at hand, it's pretty simple to see what's going on here. And if you check gold lately, it's not doing well. Gold is no longer playing the same role it had in the past. And if you hold gold, this is nothing against you and your investment. I just personally feel like Bitcoin is the new digital gold, and it's more divisible, it's more portable, and it's going to essentially siphon some of that market cap from gold and rise in value. Number three, they said, whereas applying the global value of money to Bitcoin's max supply, this would place the crypto's evaluation at 1.9 million. This was really interesting to me because this is pretty ludicrous, like talking about the entire world's money supply. And if JP Morgan's kind of hinting at this, it makes you wonder what's going on in these closed, behind these closed doors for them to talk about Bitcoin possibly taking over the world's money supply. It's really interesting. I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist. I've said that before, but that would be insane, guys, because if Bitcoin did do that, its evaluation at 1.9 million wouldn't mean anything because the dollar wouldn't be worth anything. If it sucked in the entire world's monetary supply, it wouldn't be relatable in dollars. It'd be relatable in some other form of value, just pure Bitcoin or something else. So I thought this was really interesting. And you know what they say, do what they do, don't just do what they say. I mean, JP Morgan will tell you, don't buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. Don't buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. But then behind closed doors to their most valuable clients, they send this letter breaking down all the value props of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin in general. It's very, very interesting. I mean, it's just, you gotta put the pieces together. That's all I'm gonna say. So in other news, the US government is auctioning off 75% of a Bitcoin. It's super random, but I thought this was really interesting. They're, auctioning off a bunch of random things like, probably stolen vehicles, 12,000-gallon storage containers, a Caterpillar tractor, and, lo and behold, 0.75 of a Bitcoin. This is nothing compared to what the U.S. Marshals auctioned off back in 2014 when they auctioned off 30,000 of these Bitcoin. But it's just very interesting, guys, because this whole article is about adoption. It talks about how Wall Street has an openness to Bitcoin and what it's doing. And it talks about MasterCard adoption, BY Mellon, which is the oldest bank in America. Goldman Sachs plans to reopen a trading desk for cryptocurrencies. So it's like, guys, it's not going anywhere. The adoption keeps happening. You can be scared to buy Bitcoin because it's 50,000, but in my personal opinion, if you have, $20, $200 in the long run, 5-10 years, that could grow so much in its value of maybe just in Bitcoin versus US dollars. So there's just a lot of things to consider. And if you're sitting on the sidelines, all I can tell you is that most likely with the way things are going, we're going to see more and more adoption and we're going to see the price go higher. That's just how it works. Talking about Metcalfe's law, the more users that find Bitcoin interesting and start using the network, the more value comes to the network and the price goes up. Just like Apple as a company, they invented the iPhone and they're doing pretty well. So this auction is actually taking place on the 15th to the 17th of March. Thought that was really interesting, guys. But that's about it for the video. Just had a few big articles of news. JP Morgan one was pretty huge. Obviously, we just passed a stimulus of 1.9 trillion. So you're going to see the M2 money supply go up, up, up. The Fed is now printing money once again. So I don't know where it will end, but we will see. We just can't keep printing money forever. It's not going to work out. Every fiat currency in its inception has failed, and I don't believe the U.S. will be any different. I think that we had the strongest one, known to date. But at the end of the day, when you look at economics and you take crypto out of the picture, this is an unsustainable system, and it's going to lead to some interesting things. So take it with your own opinion, guys. You can see what's happening. Corporate entities are borrowing free money to buy Bitcoin. It's almost like this financial system has just given them a free, just here's some free money and rise Bitcoin even higher. It could be disastrous. It It could be great. We don't know. We're in a transition right now. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tell me if there's any altcoins you guys are specifically interested in. And until next time, guys, see you on the next one. Peace.